Hey everyone, it seems we have even more LEGO Star Wars set pictures leaked, and they look great, so let's go ahead and look right at them. The first one I want to talk about is the 75375 MIDI scale Millenium Falcon. This will come with 921 pieces for $80, as well as the 25th anniversary brick. And right away, I just gotta say, this set looks amazing. LEGO has this MIDI scale down almost perfectly. And you'll see this with the other sets in the list too, but they all just look amazing. I think they really hit their stride with this MIDI scale line. Before I talk about the actual build itself, I would like to mention the box. It does actually have the silver, like 25th anniversary kind of box art, which is not something I was sure they're going to do for these other sets that don't include the anniversary minifigures, but apparently they are. Anyway though, back to the build, I think they just captured it perfectly. Truly, there's not that much more you can say. Like if you take a full 360 view of this Falcon, no stone is left unturned. Literally everywhere has the perfect detailing. And it's just so nice to see this level of detail and care in these sets, especially at this price tag. Looking at the back of the box for the Falcon, it's kind of hard to read, but in the bottom right corner, there are the dimensions for the set. And from what I can tell, I think it'll be about 5.3 inches long and about 4.5 tall. It's really hard to read, so those numbers are kind of rough. I totally could be reading that wrong. So if you guys can read that better, let me know. Anyway though, moving on to the next one, it is the 75376 MIDI scale Tantive IV. With 654 pieces, it'll cost $70, and again, this will come with the 25th anniversary brick. Now the Tantive IV is one of my favorite ships in all Star Wars, so I am a little biased here, but I think this thing just looks amazing. I feel like they got all the details here. I will say the front cockpit maybe looks a little small, but I'm not willing to judge it too harshly off just these pictures, as that's something you can really get a better feel for in person. Other than that though, I think there's really nothing else to worry about with this set. It looks great, has the perfect detailing that you'd want, and in my opinion checks all the boxes. One thing I will say though is that the stand appears to actually be a little more towards the back, which does make sense as most of the weight is back there for the engines. And so structurally, it totally makes sense, and I get why they had to do it. I'm just curious how that's going to look in person, because if it's not centered, I feel like it might look a little off. Maybe not, because, you know, the back is so big and it'll kind of compensate that way. Now, that's probably not something that I'd be worrying about, but I just kind of noticed that, so I wanted to point it out. Looking at the back of the box for the Tantive, this one's really hard to tell what the dimensions are. The length looks like it's about 13.5 inches long or something like that. For the height, I'm seeing like 5 or 6 inches. Again, it's really hard to tell. The last leak we have here is the 75377 MIDI scale invisible hand. This one will be 557 pieces at kind of a weird price point, $53. Normally don't see that kind of an odd price point, so that's interesting to see. And of course, it'll include the 25th anniversary brick. Now, in my opinion, this one takes the cake by far. Out of all these MIDI scale sets, I think this one just absolutely knocks it out of the park. There's almost no studs showing. Quite literally, almost none. I can only really see 3 on the attachment part to the bridge. And seeing this has got me really excited for I'm hoping they make a MIDI scale Venator, because having these two next to each other would just look amazing. Honestly, as I look at this set, I still don't even think it's real. It feels like a custom set. It looks so good, and it's just not normally like LEGO to give us good prequel sets like this. Luckily, that seemed to change in the past year or so, and because of that, we've gotten this amazing set. One thing I almost forgot to mention is that the ship actually breaks in half. Now, I don't know why this picture is so fuzzy. Whoever leaked it, I don't know, this one's just a lot fuzzier than the others. It's honestly just a really neat addition that shows they cared about the set and put some extra thought into it. It looks like this set will be in a really good scale too, as even though it's kind of hard to read, it looks like it'll be about just under a foot long and about 7 inches tall, which is pretty good. Honestly, all these sets just kind of knock it out of the park. I'm really blown away. This MIDI scale line I think is one of the best things LEGO has done in a while. I feel like it's just going to really hit their market well, as it's going to allow so many more people to buy into LEGO and buy cooler, kind of more adult sets, but they're not sets that absolutely break your wallet. You know, that's not a $600 Razor Crest. A lot more people are going to be able to buy into the hobby now and want to buy into the hobby. I think it's a really great thing they're doing here, and these sets, they're going to reap the benefits from it, because I have a feeling that all these sets are going to sell very good. With that though, that's all I have for this video. I'm sure it won't be too much longer till we see even more leaks. It seems like they just keep coming out of nowhere. So be on the lookout for more leak videos. And in the comments here, I want to hear which MIDI scale set you're looking forward to. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.